Hey, it's Sick Boy from the Gaminganarchist Collective, and I wanted to clarify and expand on something from my previous video. Now, I've had a lot of very good comments on my video so far with people saying they still don't trust Microsoft because they think that they can reverse this thing at any one time, that they were just out to screw you, they are just out for money. Good. I'm damn glad that you see that. I'm glad that you are not putting some kind of magical morals onto the company, because I'm certainly not either. They clearly are reacting to consumer demand and consumer voice and the marketplace. Sony crumbled because people complained at them for 6 months after their RF tagging scandal. That is what made them change and say, we support consumers. Microsoft tried to stand against that and they buckled. These companies aren't people with individual personalities, they're groups of people. For the most part, you are going to have people constantly trying to find new ways to monetize and increase the profit of your user base. Abso-fucking-lutely. Do not for 1 second think that these companies are altruistic, that they like you, that they care, that for some magical reason they love you and they will support you no matter what. If Smash Brothers didn't sell, Nintendo wouldn't make it. If used games wasn't a popular, the right of actually being able to have a disc that you can have and trade around that way freely within the market, external from their system, they would not go for it. They've done it because market forces pressurised them to do so. It wasn't a minority complaining on the internet, it was dealt with by the early adopters. Now, early adopting is a really dangerous thing when it comes to a new console generation. I really hope you guys have the sense to be patient and wait it out and see. For example, the Wii U. I didn't buy the Wii U at launch, and I've been on record previously videos saying I think it's going to sell really well this Christmas. The lineup keeps getting better, it looks like it's got a good set of exclusives. I'm now thinking, do you know what? Maybe it's time I look about buying a Wii U. It's been out since last November. It's not had, they had a big patch day one. Not massive amounts of third-party support, but enough to make some good games, and the first-party exclusives are strong. That's what you need to do. Don't just follow a righteous celebration, because we have every right to celebrate that Microsoft went back on themselves. Only the day before, Major Nelson came out and said, we're not going back on this policy. That's not going to happen. They clearly understood the pressure that they were under. The fact that not even the media supported them. That their fans supported them. They did have their support. But for the most part, the media latched on to it. And they didn't say, gamers are complaining. They said, this is shit. The general consensus was, we don't like this. Now, there are people who did like it. The general consensus, the vocal consensus said, we don't like it. They buckled under pressure. Bear that in mind. Don't for 1 second think that because I'm celebrating Microsoft going back on something, that means that I am now somehow in love with the company. I don't trust a single one of these console manufacturers. I'm fond of Nintendo over the other two, and I'm fond of Sony over Microsoft in general. That does not mean I trust a single one of them. We all remember how Sony removed backwards compatibility and removed putting in your own OS. They took that away. They took it away with a patch, and they got away with it. Be very, very cautious who you support, and make it very, very clear what you want from them, and vote with your wallet. Don't just say, right, you've made me happy with some good PR, now I'm going to consume. That doesn't work well for us. As consumers, patience, rational thought, and a good healthy dose of cynicism. Because let's face it, business is a really cynical way of working. In business, what you do is you come from a position that you want absolutely everything, and you try as much as you can to squeeze every last bit out of your competitors or your customers, while trying to smile and be their friend. What then you have to do as a business, as a competing business, or a supplier, or a consumer, is you need to play them at that game. And playing them at that game is celebrating when they do something good. It is not then saying, take my money please. I think it's something we need to track well, not only during launch, but during these console generations, because it's different with PC hardware. PC hardware is more of a matter of functionality. there aren't really any components that come out that are such big game changers that they change really the way you play, other than software delivery. So when it comes to consoles, it's a heavy investment for a lot of people. It's one of the most expensive things that a lot of people own. So making the right decision is paramount. So do not get swept up in the hype and general passion of reporting of stories or the opinion on each and every decision. You need to consider before you part with your money. Do not purchase or pay for something before you know if it even works. For all we know, the Xbox One, the PS4 could have fatal problems. The second you turn it on, they could just fry. And then that company could turn around and say, fuck you, I don't care. And then you are stuffed. It can happen. This is why you need to be vigilant. You need to be constantly vigilant. And you need to complain about things you do not like. You need to be vocal about your opinions. The more opinions they have, all they want is data in order to give us what we want. That's really how those companies work. No matter how arrogant they come across, ultimately they matter as to what sells. What does the market want? As the market, that is me, that is you, that is all of us, speak out. Make it very loud and very clear what you will and what you will not accept. Now, if the majority agree to accept something that the minority don't agree with, well, that's just the way the market goes, and we're going to have to swallow those things because it's a matter of opinion and a matter of agreement and a matter of personal standards. So, you know, we all need to be very, very cautious. Don't anthropomorphise these companies and treat them like they're a human being. One's nice, one's nasty, one's your friend. No. They're a conglomeration of human beings, all doing different functions. You've got your sales and marketing people, you've got your development people, you've got your advertising people, you've got your HR, they've got HR people, and they've got purchasing people, and they've got all these different people. They just get together and they make decisions between them. And though the outcome of that appears to us like a single voice, and it's not. There's a lot of people out there listening, so have your voice heard. We should be very happy that Microsoft are terrified right now. PR-wise, their PR has been in the shitter. It has been awful, and they know it. And they know the only way to reverse that is to make consumers vocally happy. So the only thing you can do to play that game is to be happy. Tell them they're happy, but for God's sake, hold on to your money until you are sure what you're going to invest in. Be a sensible consumer. Do not run blindly like a fanboy to any one brand. Treat a product as an individual thing. Do not be a fan of a company, a product, a certain piece of software or hardware. Be rational. Make judgments. Be vocal. You will be heard. Anyway, guys, thanks a lot for watching. Catch you guys later.